Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Parshat Tazria Metzora, Speak Up and Change the World. When one reads laws of Metzorat, we know that the most famous cause for Tzarat is Lashon Hara. According to Gemara Erechim, one might come to the conclusion, after reading the Chafetz Chaim and all the details of the halachot of Lashon Hara, maybe the best thing is just to keep quiet. Daven, speak up what's exactly needed and not another word. Otherwise, that's it. We'll violate Lashon Hara. The fact is, it's not the case. And there's an amazing Zohar that states that we bring two birds. Metzora brings two birds, one for violating Lashon Hara and one for violating Lashon Tov. And what does that mean, violating Lashon Tov? So the Shem and Tov commentary on the Zohar writes, Lashon Hara, it's obvious. A person speaks improperly. Lashon Tov is when he does not say positive things when he could have and should have. And the fact is, positive words are crucial. They could change the world. Just a few famous quotes of the past century of just ideas where these words literally change the world. Not necessarily from our Masorah, even from the secular world. Of course, Martin Luther King, I long for the day when people will judge not by the color of the skin, but by the content of the soul. Powerful words, a dozen words that created a whole new world in America and the world. Bill, a famous founder of AA, which he made the Serenity Prayer famous. God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change. Accept those things which are just not in our power. The courage to change the things that we can. And the wisdom to know the difference. We should be able to accept a reality when it's just a bitter reality that we cannot change. Accept it. Have the courage to change those things that we can change to make ourselves better and to improve the world in any way that we can. And the wisdom to know which is which. When this is an area that I just cannot change, and when this is an area that I can change. That line, which of course is famous for the hundreds of millions of people that have attended 12-step meetings over the last decade, 8 decades since Bill started it, to change the world, certainly for alcoholics and addicts, for anyone. Another famous line from Menachem Begin, let us give, he directed this to Sadat when they were trying to get the peace talk started, let us give a silent oath to one another, no more war, no more bloodshed, no more threats, let us make peace, let us start on the path of friendship. And that began, of course, the peace treaty with Sadat, and we're still at peace with Egypt, the second most powerful country in the Mideast. And it's not always the most loving peace. Maybe it's a cold peace at times that changed the whole Mideast. And who knows what could have happened if the two of them stayed in power. So one will say, okay, it's a very beautiful lesson that some powerful people could come up with positive words that could change the world. And those people are responsible to speak eloquently and write eloquently and change the world. What does that have to do with the average person? The Zohar cannot be talking about the average person. The answer is yes, the Zohar is talking about the average person. That he will violate Lashon Tov, possibly, and he'll be responsible for it. What does that mean? The person goes ahead and sees a couple that are having some problems, and he's not a therapist, he's not a rabbi, so it's, quote, not his business. And you see the man having tough times. You go over to him, oh man, you're of course in the proper way, in a thought out way, oh, your wife's so amazing. Oh, I saw her do this, I saw her in the supermarket helping out other people. What a balas chesed. A few positive words maybe could help change the dynamics. So too the other way around. You say something to the wife, something nice about the husband at the right strategic time and strategic manner. You see a person in shul, comes to shul, is out of place, doesn't know what's doing. Hi, shalom aleichem, how are you? They say, yeah, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm more of an introvert. I don't just go over to people. Well, you have to work on yourself. When it says, have a makdim shalom l'chol adam, greet everyone, it doesn't say an extrovert and a friendly person. Well, that's his nature. Well, you go greet someone. It's not what it says. Have a makdim shalom adam is a mitzvah for everyone, to greet everyone. And if you don't, and this person goes and davens, he's about tshuva, he's looking, he's searching, he comes to shul, no one welcomes, no one says hello. And that's the last time that he davens in the shul. Then you're responsible. And according to the Zohar, you violated Lashon Tov. You could have said something positive and warm. And the neighbors that are having a tough time with each other, and you could have said something positive and maybe change the dynamics a bit. And you didn't. You didn't get involved. Not my problem. It's your problem. And you should speak up. And that's a Lashon Tov that you're obligated to say. So it's a powerful message. Powerful message. Anytime that we can say something positive, make a nice call to someone. Say something nice to the parents about their kids, something nice to the kids about the parents, to the neighbor about the other neighbor, something positive we could say that can help make people feel better and improve the world in some way. That's our absolute responsibility. Yetz Hashem, we should always avoid Lashon Hara, and we should be very careful to always be involved at any moment in Lashon Tov, in positive, uplifting speech. Shalom.